What's going on, Gavin Squad? Here another reaction video for you today. Now look, for those of you who don't know, I started up my channel, my YouTube channel. It was the beginning of this year. It was around Super Bowl time, so it was around February. And I appreciate all the support y'all have been giving me, man. It means a lot. So I actually recorded on my phone. And my old phone it was too much for my old phone. It was overheating, the battery was dying, the memory kept on getting full and like stopping recording me like mid video. That's why I haven't uploaded in the last few days, because I've been physically unable to record. And my laptop camera's absolute shit. So but I got I ended up upgrading and I got the iPhone 13. So I imagine, because I had a little bit older phone. It was one of those like test trials when iPhone first went without the home button. So like there was a bunch of different issues I had. So I imagine I probably look better now for the image quality than I did before. This video came out a year ago because this is a new flip phone, the Galaxy Flip. But this one is an older video. It's from last year. It's from the model before the new one. And this has over 14 million views. This showed up under recommended. I'm like, there's no way I'm not gonna check this out. So this is a durability test. We're gonna see what this guy's about to do to this phone. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and share. Join the squad. Join the family. Let's get it.
Samsung just released a new folding phone with a bold claim that it has revolutionary flexible glass, like it says here on their website. We'll be putting that to the test today. This is the Samsung Z Flip, or the Flips, depending on how you open the box. It does come with a case, one for each half of the phone. Kinda nice. Samsung says this is a statement smartphone for people who want to stand out, a phone that demands attention. And I'd have to agree. The ability to fold your phone in half is genuinely crazy. And by crazy, I mean crazy awesome. We can now have a full...
I remember when I was in middle school, man, my first cell phone was a track phone flip phone. It was a piece of shit. And the fact that they're still like making flip phones is just crazy to me, to be honest. This dude's voice is actually like low-key soothing. Jerry Rig everything, by the way. Definitely go give him a sub.
Size phone in a compact design that takes up half the space. The future is amazing. It's time for a durability test. Let's go. I mean, let's get started.
Yeah.
Starting off, pay very close attention to this first warning, and remember it. It says, avoid pressing hard on the screen or the front camera lens. Tap the screen lightly to keep it safe. Samsung said at their launch event that they've done the impossible and created ultra-thin glass that folds. This glass can be folded over 200,000 times. Samsung said when you fold it, you're not just bending glass, you're bending the laws of physics. But that warning included on the phone isn't as confidence-inducing as Samsung's launch event attempted to be. It does feel nice though. This type of fold is definitely my favorite so far. I like having a phone that folds instead of having a tablet that folds. There are two things I noticed right off the bat with the Z Flip. One is the crease here still along the center, not a big deal. There's also a small divot in the display above the front-facing camera lens. You can see the curve of my lights along with the bend of the surface of that display. The Samsung logo along the spine gets entirely covered up when the phone is open. This new hinge design apparently has thin brushes inside to keep out dust. We'll test that later. There's also no screen lifting off the frame like we saw in the Motorola Razr, which probably makes this design much safer and more long-term. There is a bit of a gap between the two halves of the phone when it's closed, also fine, and it makes sense because if the screen really is glass, we can't have glass clacking against glass every time the phone gets closed. That just wouldn't end well. Speaking of things not ending well, it's time to see if this material really is glass or not. I've been doing...
Man, thank you for making it this far, by the way. It's starting off a little slow, but what's this dude about to do to this phone? Let's find out.
The same durability test on every major new smartphone since the Galaxy S6 came out 5 years ago. It is an expensive hobby, yes, but I think it's fairly useful in finding out what your phone is made from, and how well it'll handle everyday life. Plastic as...
Oh, Lord, he's taking out the tools! Now look, I imagine the people working at whatever phone carrier he has, AT&T, Verizon, whatever the fuck this dude has, gotta be like, oh, it's this guy again. He comes in here for a new phone all the time. He's got like 50 phones. What's he sell? The people that don't know he has a YouTube. Now, look, how many phones has this dude been through? Because like I'm looking through like suggested, I'm seeing like a bunch of different like durability tests. How much money is this dude spending? Like he has nearly 7 million subs. Man, he's probably spending like I'm seeing a suggested for a $3,000 flip phone that he tested. Who's gonna pay $3,000 for a flip phone? First off, that's crazy to me. Like I would never pay $3,000 for any type of device, like for like a cell phone. But man, what's this dude about to do to this phone?
We know scratches at a level 2 or 3. Real glass would scratch at a 5 or a 6, and sapphire would scratch at an 8 or 9, right under diamonds, which are level 10. As my firstmost pick touches the display of the Galaxy Z Flip, we can see marks start to appear. This is rather unfortunate.
Well, that ain't glass.
Continuing onward, we can see deeper grooves happening at a level 3. This is exactly how a plastic screen would react. Exactly like we saw in the Galaxy Fold, the Motorola Razr, and basically every other plastic screen smartphone ever made. For kicks and giggles, we can bump it up to a level 4, and I could physically feel the tip of the pick start to cut the display surface open. So why in the world would Samsung talk about flexible glass so much on their website and at the launch event? It could be that they are using a hybrid plastic polymer with little specks of glass ingredients inside, and then just, calling it glass. But that doesn't really seem like a very nice thing to be doing. If a company says glass, their customers will think of a hard, clear material that has excellent scratch resistance. From a durability perspective, that scratch resistance is the primary reason that glass is used on basically every smartphone display. Samsung is calling this glass, but this display clearly doesn't have the scratch resistance or structural benefits that customers are expecting from glass. If glass isn't glass, then truth doesn't matter, and truth should matter. This isn't American politics. Samsung is currently the #1 smartphone manufacturer in the world, and we shouldn't be calling this screen glass when clearly my fingernail is leaving marks on the surface, over and over. I'm not sure what Samsung's thinking over there, but we clearly have scratches at levels 2, 3, 4, and fingernail. I don't know what material...
Man, he said we got scratches at levels 2, 3, 4, and fingernail. Bro, like, first off, this dude's voice is, like I said, his voice is soothing, but like, bro, he's very worked up about this not being glass. Like, he's very passionate about this.
This is, but Samsung definitely shouldn't be calling it glass, and I'm disappointed. Even if I jump up here to the front-facing 10-megapixel selfie camera, the surface is covered in that same so-called glass material, and can still be scratched with my fingernail. I'll come back to this again in just a second. The raised screen bump around the edge of the screen is made from plastic. This is the same thing we saw in the Galaxy Fold. This guy kind of holds the screen in place and keeps people from peeling off the top layer. The volume rocker is made from metal.
Awful sound.
The recessed power button over here on the side is scratchable. I'll set my fingerprint and see if it still works. Don't mind my thumb, by the way. I smashed it with a TV a few weeks ago.
Ain't no way! Yo, what's wrong with this dude? You scratched it with a TV, bro. What were you doing with a TV? God damn, bro. I feel like this is some like Jeffrey Dahmer ass dude right here, man. He's all soothing and all that, but he's out here like destroying phones, spending thousands of dollars on phones just to destroy them, smashing TVs, bro. You gotta calm down. I love how casual he just said that, man. Let's hear that again.
I'll set my fingerprint and see if it still works. Don't mind my thumb, by the way. I smashed it with a TV a few weeks ago. Now the phone is still able to be unlocked, even though the fingerprint scanner is damaged. But to test it some more, I added some more scratches. And after the additional scratches are in place, my fingerprint stopped working. Interesting.
Interesting. Bro, like I said, man, like, I don't know what this dude's about to do, because, like, we still have some ways to go in this vid. But, man, I don't know what this dude's about to do. I wonder if he did any stuff for iPhones. We'll have to see on that.
The frame of the Galaxy Z Flip is made from metal, and down here along the bottom, we have more metal alongside the singular loudspeaker, the USB-C port, and, the no headphone jack. The whole frame of the phone seems to be made from metal, which is a good thing, and will hopefully keep the phone together during the bin test later. There are a few plastic antenna lines, and a removable SIM card tray, but no expandable memory. The center hinge mechanism is made from metal, with that Samsung logo reset.
Bro, the scratching is so loud in my beats right now. This shit low-key hurts. I'm just gonna lower it down the volume.
Into the spine. Each of the tiny letters is made from a piece of shiny foil that is glued inside the cavity. These will probably never fall out on their own, but it's interesting to see what the Z Flip is made from. The rear panels are made from glass, both the top and the bottom sections. This mirror purple is kind of growing on me. It gradually switches between purple and blue, depending on how the light is shining on it. There are two cameras on the back, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide-angle camera, and a 12-megapixel normal camera, both covered in real scratch-resistant glass. I think the fingerprints are getting a bit out of hand, though. Thanks to our channel sponsor D-Brand for hooking me up with the limited edition robot camo. Each of these fingerprint-fighting skins are totally unique. No two phones will be the same, and the individual drawings are super intricate, and are currently available for every phone that D-Brand covers, not just...
Bro, he got a lighter on... Oh, he better not be using a lighter on a phone. Well, ain't no way.
The Galaxy Z Flip. I got one added to the back of the grip case for my Note 10 Plus, since the grip case has the cutout for skins and can be swapped out whenever. Kind of fun. I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to pick up some robot camo or a case for your own phone. One cool thing about the Folds is it has the world's tiniest viewfinder for selfie taking. I can double click the power button and it lets me see myself and take a cute little pic. Thumbs up for that. We'll perform the world's smallest scratch test on it, and moving up through Mohs scale of hardness, we can see that pics 1 through 5 don't leave any marks, like we would expect. We only see scratches starting at a level 6, with deeper grooves at a level 7, which is the scratch resistance we expect from anything with the word glass in the name. Anything that scratches earlier should not be called glass. Even if the Z Flip display does hypothetically have glass ingredients in it, we shouldn't be calling it glass unless it has the properties of glass. I can't go make a pile of mud, sprinkle in some chocolate chips, and then call my mud a cookie, just because it has some of the ingredients of a cookie.
What? I can't go make a pile of mud.
I can't go make a pile of mud.
I can't make a pile of mud, sprinkle some chocolate chips, and it call my mud a cookie. Bro, who says that? I'm giving this dude a sub. Man, this is hilarious, bro.
Sprinkle in some chocolate chips and then call my mud a cookie, just because it has some of the ingredients of a cookie. That shouldn't be allowed. The thin display lasted about 15 seconds under the heat from my lighter. When I pulled the flame away, there were burn marks still left on the screen, and it did not recover. One really interesting thing, though, if you watch again, is that you can physically see the screen change shape as the heat from my lighter heats it up. Plastic, of course, is affected by the temperature of my lighter. Glass, however, would not be physically affected in the same way. As the surface cools down, the shape of the screen returns to normal. Let's start with the slam shut test. You know, if you get a little aggressive with hanging up on someone after a phone call, and you smash...
Oh, yes. Getting aggressive with someone after having a phone call. Bro, back when I had a flip phone, it was over, man. It was over. I was in middle school then. That was my first phone ever. It was nothing like this nearly, man. You had to, in order to text, it took forever. You had to be like 1111111 5555555 or something. You know, like I don't top of my head, bro. Like that was so long ago. I don't remember exactly what keys were which numbers and what letters and all that. But y'all know what I mean. It was took forever to type. And oh man, I remember I was talking to this one girl, bro. She had so much drama in her life for a middle schooler. man, I remember one time I got so mad, I just was like, whoosh, slammed it shut. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you for the rest of today.
The phone closed. We gotta see if the phone survives. It does have the physical raised bumpers all along the outer edge of the screen. Those bumpers are absorbing most of the slamming force, and the screen is still in one piece. Of course, the phone is meant to fold inwards. Samsung said it would survive 200,000 times, which is 182 times a day if you plan on keeping your phone for 3 years. Bending back the opposite direction, though, is a different story.
Oh!
With the first
Bro,
flex, we get a
it's
small
not meant to do
separation of the
that.
frame near the antenna line, and the top half bumper started coming loose. But the screen of the Z Flip is still entirely intact and in one piece. It still shuts and opens with no grinding of the hinge. We'll try it again.
Okay.
You can see the back panels of the phone meet in the center, providing more
What's wrong
support
with
to
this
keep the phone from bending backwards. And the phone hinge does a really good
Oh.
job of keeping the phone shape for the most part. Only on our third bend did we finally hear a snap from the frame.
Like, the reason I'm freaking... If this was a cheap phone, I wouldn't be freaking out like this. But, bro, like, I looked up when this came out, what this phone was worth. This phone was expensive. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just flip phones are not meant to go in that direction. Oh.
Near that power button. And even then, the so-called glass screen of the Z Flip is still intact. Folding screens are pretty resilient. Even though the phone doesn't really shut quite right anymore, it's physically withstanding quite a bit more abuse than I initially thought it could. Only now, after all its previous bends and cracks, does the back panel shatter. It's only a cosmetic wound since the display is still working just fine, and this is good to know. All the important things are still functional. You might be asking, hey Jerry, what if there is a super thin nano layer of glass on top of the display? If that were true, we would start to see fractures and cracks from that nano layer, but instead we only see the tip of
here
my
we
most
go
picks
again.
cutting into the plastic, like we would see with any piece of plastic that gets cut. This screen is in no way scratch resistant whatsoever, and if poked hard enough, the pixels will still get damaged. It does survive my bend test, however. Everything is still functional. This is certainly the most durable folding phone we've seen yet. Samsung did say that they designed this new hinge with little tiny fibers inside, or little brushes, to keep out dust and dirt from the folding bits. It'll be awesome to see what this looks like from the inside during the teardown, so make sure you're subscribed for that.
The teardown... man, there's only 2 minutes left in this vid, so unless he's doing the teardown, it's gotta be in another vid. Oh, he's doing everything with this phone.
After pouring my rocks on the screen and making sure they cover the entire phone, just like it would if you dropped it when you accidentally go outside, initially I could hear a few little complaints of the dust inside the hinge. But after blowing all the dust off, those complaints mostly went away. This new hinge design might actually be the start to something really good. But the real danger of calling something glass means that people will think they have the protection of glass when that clearly is not the case. Glass distributes pressure along the whole phone, while this plastic allows that pressure to get in and damage pixels. You can see that each pressure point from my pick kills the line of pixels directly above it. This would not happen if the screen were glass, and it's dangerous to let people walk around with that false sense of security, like Samsung gives them when they call it glass.
It's dangerous to let people walk around with that false sensitivity. Jerry, my God, you're very passionate about this glass thing, aren't you? Wow.
And that's not all. Each of these puncture wounds does let air get inside the sealed OLED layers, which kills even more pixels. A puncture or cut in the plastic screen is a cancer that'll eventually spread across the whole display. Yeah, I sound a bit apocalyptic, but it's important to know what your phone is.
It's a cancer that's going to spread across the whole display. This dude is passionate, man. I gotta check out some more of his stuff. I gotta find out whether he's did any iPhone vids. Because, like, here's the thing with Galaxies and Androids and all that, they're way more durable than iPhones. iPhones, especially with the glass, it can break easily. That's why you see so many people with broken iPhones. However, Androids, like, I've had Androids, I've had Galaxies, not a Flip Galaxy, but I've had a Galaxy Droid type of thing in the past, back in high school, for a brief amount of time. But Androids die quick, and their cameras usually are not as good as iPhones. However, iPhone has a better camera, and they have a better battery life, but like I said, they're not as durable. So I got to find out whether he has any iPhone vids.
Capable of and what might damage it. So remember, the Samsung Z Flip does not have a true glass screen, and it's still very fragile. That being said, it's also still pretty awesome. Samsung should just correct their verbiage. Let me know what you think of Samsung's verbiage down in the comments. If you enjoyed this durability test, come check out my last video where we modded a normal wheelchair to go on a safari in Africa. It turned out pretty cool.
What? He modded a wheelchair to go on a safari in Africa? What's this dude doing? He has everything on his channel. Oh, man, I'm happy I gave him a sub. And let's go see if he did any for the iPhone 13s. No, he hasn't. But also, it's iPhone 13s, man. It was hard to find one. A lot of places are sold out. I actually wanted a blue one, but they only had it in red. Red's my second favorite color, though. Blue's my favorite, so I'm all right. I'm all right with red. But let's go look up this dude. See if he has any iPhone videos for the future. iPhone. Let's see. Okay, so the latest one he has for iPhone is iPhone 12 Pro. Okay. Original iPhone durability test. Oh, I remember the original iPhone. That was... Yeah, there's only 2 iPhone vids he has. Well, he has a Moto Razr? Oh. They still make those as of last year? Who's still buying those? Man, I gotta watch some more of these vids, man. The question is, I don't see... Oh, yep, I see a lighter. I see a lighter. Okay. So, yeah, next time I'm gonna be checking out the iPhone 12 Pro. Or actually, I should check out the new flip phone, see if that got any better, and then I'll check out the iPhone vid. So I'm gonna do that. Stay tuned for that. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and share again. Join the squad. Join the family. Hope y'all like the video, man. I'm trying to change it up on my channel, do different things other than just music. So hope y'all liked it. Let's get it.